Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Pin Decker and or the DeFi Crypto Sensei coming back to you again, once again live, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I hope you brought your pen and paper today because you might want to take a few notes. But don't worry about it because we're not going to go that in depth today. Today serves as an overview for today's subject. And of course, that subject is, as you can see from the title, AI and or AI agents, and why they are important to you and or why they are important to your crypto portfolio, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get underway, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we got to talk about a few prerequisites. And those prerequisites, the first of course, is how do you off-ramp your fiat into crypto? Okay, and how do you do that? Is you do that through decentralized and centralized exchanges. Here's a couple in front of you here. I'll tell you what I use, and a link, a referral link, will be down in the description below so that you guys can get safe passage through the crypto space. And we all, we may very well get some perks as well that these sites are offering to people that come in under my referral link. First up is Uphold, of course, and Uphold is a place where you can not only buy and get crypto, but it's also a place where you can connect your bank account and your debit cards. They even have their own debit card, and you can actually spend from that debit card, and you get, I believe it's 4 to 6% back every month in XRP. Then, of course, you have MEXC, and if you come in under my referral link, you will be grandfathered in, and you will not have to KYC if you come in under my referral link. And then, of course, we have Kraken, which is a very good site, and you can utilize that to get most of your favorite cryptos there as well. Now, over there on the side, we have Kinesis Money. Kinesis Money is not really what you would call a crypto exchange, but it's more of a tokenized place where you can buy and sell tokenized gold and silver. So like I said, a link for that, all of those things will be down in the description below, ladies and gentlemen. One last thing I want to bring your attention to before we go, ladies and gentlemen, is this little guy right up here in the top left corner. And that, of course, is the Cape phone service, ladies and gentlemen, that its sole purpose is to keep you from getting SIM swapped, ladies and gentlemen. Because if you ever get SIM swapped, it will literally be a living nightmare. Because what happens is the hackers, well, they don't even have to hack in these days and times. What they do is once they get control of your phone number and or your accounts, they have access to everything. Your social security card, they get control of your crypto accounts, they get control of your bank accounts, and they just simply wipe you out, and you can't even make a phone call because now your phone number now belongs to someone else. That's what a SIM swap is all about. So my referral link for Cape will be down in the description below. You owe it to yourself to be proactive enough not to get SIM swapped, ladies and gentlemen. I myself, as a professional portfolio manager, can't allow myself to get hacked in that regard because I not only have my own money that is invested, but I also am managing money for others as well. So let's get right on down to it, ladies and gentlemen, concerning AI agents and why they are important, okay? Now, AI agents are crucial for cryptocurrency investing. Because you see, we actually have about 3 layers of things going on here. We have cryptocurrency, we have AI, and then of course, coming up right behind that, we have the threat of quantum computers coming in, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't want to overwhelm you today, but I do want you guys to pay attention to a few key factors here. First up, you should automatically know, ladies and gentlemen, and if you don't know, that's okay. Stay tuned and you will get better at this. I have a lot of people that I try and talk to, and they say, well, I don't understand this and this, that, and the other. But if you continuously do something, eventually you get good at it. So when it comes to cryptocurrency and investing, ladies and gentlemen, just learn the basics. Learn how to create a wallet. Learn how to import a wallet. Learn how to export a wallet. Learn how to protect yourself through two-factor authentication. Learn the principles of investing, like Never invest more than you can afford to lose. So, in other words, do not put your budget money into cryptocurrency, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, before we go along, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that nothing I say here is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I am not your financial advisor. I'm simply showing you what I am doing and what are the most efficient things to look at in crypto in terms of economic universal law, let's just say. In other words, where's the money? Because if you go where the attention and the money is, you cannot lose, ladies and gentlemen. But AI agents are crucial for cryptocurrency investing because they solve the core problems of the market. Because we all know that crypto is 24/7. I ought to know because ever since I've been on this 5-year venture, I simply don't sleep anymore. I take naps pretty much. And even I, being in the dungeon nearly 24/7, can't keep up with the 18 million things that's going on in crypto all the time. We also know that crypto is extremely volatile, meaning it goes up, it goes down, it goes left, it goes right. And, it's hard to keep up with that. So most of us have lives. So most of us, that are not professional, technical analysis guys, that stare at charts all day. I don't even think most of us want to stare at charts all day. I know I don't. So, this AI agents can help us with that. We can start to delegate some of that responsibility to the agents, ladies and gentlemen. And, so things just move too fast for human analysis. Like I said, who wants to be glued to a screen all day? Not me. So we're going to do some simple breakdown of 5 areas that the AI agents are going to help us with. Now, let me just give you a brief overview. And the first one, of course, is speed and automation. The second one, of course, is data processing on steroids. The third one is removing the human emotion. The fourth one is strategy execution. And the fifth one is finding opportunities that you normally might miss. Because like I said, there's 18 million things going on every day. And you can't keep up. I run into so many projects where I say, man, how come I didn't know about this? And I'm like 2 or 3 weeks late. And it's like, wow, I should have known about this. It's such a great project. So the first thing underway is we're going to take a look at the first guy here. We're going to take a look at Eric Voorhees, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Voorhees, if you don't know him, you definitely want to learn about him because he's one of those guys that is, he's up there in the higher echelon of things, like an Elon Musk or something, saying he may be not that prolific, but he's one of the people that you need to know in this game when it comes to the Internet of Things, let's just say, okay? But the reason why I'm mentioning him specifically is because it's not only about the project, but it's who's behind the project, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not going to overwhelm you guys. We're going to make this very short because there's a lot of AI agents. And like I said, I'm just here to give you a brief overview because each and every one of these projects deserves their very own 10 to 30 minute video, So I'm not going to do that today because this video will be 2 hours long and nobody wants to sit there through 2 hours. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief overview. And after that, in succession, every video after this will be dedicated to one boombastic AI agent that you should or need to have in your portfolio as best as your investment ability allows. All right. So the first one we're going to go to, ladies and gentlemen, is, let's just take a quick look at this. While you were asleep, $4.2 billion. The debt grew to $4.2 billion, just so that you know. And then, of course, I got to show you guys the debt clock. So we're looking at almost $39 trillion. So you guys know I talk about this all the time, which means the reason why I'm showing you this is because this is showing you how the higher the debt goes, the weaker your dollar. Every dollar in your pocket right now is only worth 2 cents, ladies and gentlemen. And as this goes higher, your dollar gets weaker. Soon it'll be 1 cent. Then it'll hit 0. Then it'll hit -1, -2, -3. And that's why the cost of living goes up. Just think about what $500 buys you today in contrast to what it bought you 5 years ago. You see the difference? There you have it. So let's go here to Venice AI, ladies and gentlemen. This is the project that Eric Voorhees has come up with. And this is essentially starting to get a lot of attention again, ladies and gentlemen, because what it essentially is ChatGPT, but private. In other words, this ChatGPT is not going to tell on you, or vilify you because you asked a simple question out of curiosity. All right. There's a difference between privacy and what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Anonymity and or anonymous, that of being anonymous, because a lot of people, think privacy and anonymity are two different things, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what we are here to talk about when it comes to Venice AI, ladies and gentlemen. It gives us privacy, not anonymity. I'll explain the difference about that later on. But if we go back here, you see I brought it up here while I did a little pause. But if we go back here and we take a look at Venice AI, if we go to log in or sign up, it's going to give us a little bit of a thing here. So let me go ahead and sign in so I can show you guys around a little bit. Now, when you first open up Venice AI, ladies and gentlemen, it is a private chatbot, like I said, but it's much more than that. And this is another reason why it has its own token, which is on the base chain. And of course, you may or may not know, the base chain, which comes from Coinbase, is a layer 2 of Ethereum, ladies and gentlemen. So here we have Venice. It starts out here. And you can go in here, you can do your ask anything privately, as you can see right here, ladies and gentlemen. So you just go over here to the little box, and then you have your little settings here. You can do web enabled, you can do URL scraping, automatically enhanced prompt, of course, and that's what you have there. But with the token that you get, you could do normal chat, you could do a temporary chat, you can go over here, and once you open up this menu here, you can go to the library that shows everything that you've been doing up to that point. You can do API keys, you could do your token dashboard, and then once again, so this is my account here, and if we go to the token dashboard, you can earn 18% yield on the VVV token, which is the Venice AI token, ladies and gentlemen. You can also use VVV to mint DM tokens, which give you $1 worth of daily credits to spend on our AI tools. So as we come up here, we see there's VVV, of course, and you got a few symbols up there where you can get more information about it, whether it's CoinMarketCap, whether it's CoinGecko, or whether it's Aerodrome. You can also go over to Aerodrome, ladies and gentlemen, and you can provide liquidity providing positions with your VVV and maybe a stable coin or even Ether itself. That's another story for another time. And if we were to click on Aerodrome, it probably would take us over there. And we're going to take a quick look at that later on, but not right now. And it shows you the VVV price has been skyrocketing. It's up 7.3%. It's $6.01 per coin. I've been in VVV ever since they launched, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't have a whole lot of liquidity here just yet. But I will continue to be involved, ladies and gentlemen. We have a market cap here of $265 million, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's what's the TVL, if you will, the total value locked into the platform. Then you have the DM token here, and it's equal to $1 per day of credit on the Venice API. All right. So the price of one DM token is $645 per token. It has a APR of one. It has an APR of, let's see what the APR is. It's up 1.87% there. And if we were to stake in here, I would be interested to know what the APR is. It shows it flat out on the laptop. But yeah, so you go in here, and you can stake your tokens in here, and as a result, you earn more VVV tokens. And if you go down and you use your VVV tokens to mint the DM token, then that, of course, is what we call yield on yield, ladies and gentlemen. So as we come down here, oh, here we go. You earn 18%, you know, right there. Get rewarded for staking your Venus tokens, VVV. You can also use your Venus VVV to mint DM tokens, which give you $1 worth of credits to spend on our AI tools, ladies and gentlemen. So that's pretty much it. But if we were to go back here, if we were to go to characters, ladies and gentlemen, you have characters are custom AIs that you create and interact with, and check out the examples below for inspiration or upgrade to pro to create your own. Now, I was playing with this for a while and I talked to some of the characters and it was quite funny to deal with. So you can actually pick any one of these or you can create your own, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what's going on, and it is of course private and uncensored. There are no speech restrictions at all. Characters are saved in your browser, never on Venus AI server, so nobody can tell on you, ladies and gentlemen. Auto generate. Click the easy auto gen button for instant creative character details for avatar photo. You can upload a PDF for a rich backstory. And there's a lot of things that you can do here, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm primarily interested in, of course, you could do a search. You got your chat bot up here, of course. But what I'm primarily interested as an investor, of course, is the token dashboard, you know. So I immediately came in here and I got a pro account, you know. So this is what I'm doing with that, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just come out of here for a second and let's go to another one here. I want to take you over here and show you another one. Now, please stay to the end of the video because what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my top pick that's going to allow you to take refuge in something that you can count on for at least the next 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, because you want to think long term. You want to think, okay, based upon what I know, based upon what I know about what's happening with the fiat system, this is why we're trading in our fiat that is losing value. It is a depreciating asset, and we're trading it for appreciating assets, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on and so forth, you know. But if we take a quick look over here, we're going to take a look at the Truth token, ladies and gentlemen. The Truth token is 0.00096 at this moment in time. But it's on the Sui blockchain if we look at the contract address here. Now, the thing that makes this so important is that this is an AI agent, ladies and gentlemen, where you can buy the license. I bought the license. I've been in this pretty much since they launched, ladies and gentlemen. And what it does is it actually gives you the ability to tell truth from falsehood, ladies and gentlemen, because there's so much AI going on. You know, people are using them in ways that are not so good, you know, and there's so many AI videos, it's hard to tell what's real and what's fake. Swarm AI allows you to verify anything, and it reveals nothing. The world's first privacy-preserving oracle later, turning arbitrary data into verifiable on-chain logic in real time without exposing it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a discovered truth protocol. How do we tell truth from falsehood in a world where everything is being, you know, anybody can create an AI video and you're like, oh, is that really, you know, this person? Is it really that person? You know? So as existing Oracle solutions force critical trade-offs, privacy data is inaccessible, human fact checkers don't scale, and oracles are single points of failure. You know, the privacy preserving later, you could just go in here, you could take a look at this page for yourself, but it's all about truth. It's about 99% of scalable data is private, restricting it to less than 1% of Web3's use cases. Our protocol unlocks this untapped market, making private data usable, verifiable, and on-chain. All right, so real-time data streams, real-world event triggers, interpreted data, truth-verified data, and so on and so forth. Premium backers, You can automate positions, liquidations, hedging strategies based on real world triggers and all of this stuff here. So there's a bunch of stuff here you can go in and look at, ladies and gentlemen. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually go to the agent license in and of itself, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just go here and let's take a look at following the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Where can we find the truth? Now, this is the agent license of Swarm AI. Now, you can go ahead and you can buy a license, and the user-owned AI Truth Seeker Revolution. And once you go in here, you're actually going to earn, just by having a license, you're actually going to earn truth tokens, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when you go in here to buy a license, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to do a terminal login on you where you can connect your wallet. And once you connect your wallet, you can go in and you can buy a license. And from that point forward, you will be earning truth tokens. And not only that, but you will be able to go to Twitter and you will be able to initiate a roll-up command, which will basically, the swarm of the AI agents will go in for you to determine whether it's truth or falsehood, ladies and gentlemen. I've used it many times, and this is what's going on with this protocol, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the AI agent license, and these are the amount of licenses that have been sold. This is the total daily rewards, and you can see activated licenses. Current price is on $1,000 per license. You got license listed, this, that, and the other. You got AI swarms. Networked decentralized AI agents. Launch your personal fleet of AI agents specialized for data verification, analysis, and intelligence. From monitoring crypto markets to flirting social media claims, filtering social media claims. Your agents collaborate with the Swarm network, scaling truth verification value while you oversee their performance. You can own your own license, ladies and gentlemen, and you can sell it later on. If you ever, decide that you want outside of the program, you can sell your license on the open market, probably for more than you bought it for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep my agent because I like earning truth tokens and I like the project itself. But you can operate, recruit the best agent on the market, grow your reputation, and earn a chance from the network, earn a share, from the network verification process. You can earn Swarm's native token on a daily basis and engage in the network's activities to unlock additional bonuses, distribution. AI agent X human symbiosis, ladies and gentlemen. So you could just go to the site and you can look on the site here. You can get on their Telegram. You can go to the app formerly known as Twitter, which is X. And then you've got this one over here, which is, that's an app as well. I forget what the name of the app is. But you got a bunch of social media stuff going on. You got Next Gen DApp, Swarm, Scalable Intelligence, Next Gen DApp, Zero Trust, information rollups. And here's some products by Swarm. Real-time verified data. Misinformation spreads 6 times faster than true information on social media, with generative AI being potential 1000x amplifier. Here's a roll-up news. There's a Swarm markets. There's the agent Biddle right there. Rewards breakdown, which is on the Sui network, of course, which is just as fast as Monad, which just launched. Monad is 10,000 transactions per second, and Sui is just as fast, and if not faster, ladies and gentlemen. Sui is indeed going to do a lot of things in the future. They're big into gaming and this, that, and the other. So if you don't have a Sui wallet, we'll talk about, before I go, how to get a Sui wallet. There's a couple of them. You can read the documentation, Tokens X review. You could just go through here and look at this stuff yourself, ladies and gentlemen. But this is really great in a world of deception, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is the wallet right here, known as the Slush wallet, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the Slush wallet is a wallet that I use for the Sui network. There's also another one. There's others, but this one is by far the best. All right, so you just go to your Play Store and you're going over here and you do a search for Slush, And right there it comes up Slush Wallet, and then you'll see it right there, and you can go ahead and install the Slush Wallet, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, as you see on the screen, there is one of my favorite AI agents known as Eliza OS. We're not going to talk about that right now, but it was formerly known as AI16Z. So just keep that in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we're going to cut right here, but we have much more to do when it comes to AI agents, ladies and gentlemen. I've got about 5 or 6 other projects I want to reveal to you guys, and you guys can just get in where you fit in, because it's going down. And you need to be involved, you need to be proactive, and you need to protect yourself at all costs. So remember, everything that I mentioned that you want to get into, whether it's CAPE, whether it's the decentralized and centralized exchanges. Also, we have Caleb and Brown, which is a crypto broker where you can custody your assets and not have to worry, ladies and gentlemen. You can also custody assets on Uphold as well. But Caleb and Brown is a crypto broker where you can actually have them buy and sell and have them be a part of your dollars cost averaging strategy, ladies and gentlemen. And they will also provide you with some advice, because they are financial advisors, and they're out of Australia, and they will advise you on the best way to obtain your crypto goals. So no one understands, ladies and gentlemen, within the next 5 years, because that's all you got. Some people say 4 years. You know, you need to challenge yourself, because we all know within the next 5 years there will be many crypto millionaires made. All you have to do is decide to be one of them, ladies and gentlemen. So with that, we're going to continue to go on and do what we have to do, because in 2030 it's going to be a very different story. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's just continue on and every day get money while we sleep and continue to get this crypto.